Okay, good morning, everybody. I hope everyone's doing well this morning, or at least well enough. Sometimes we think about Nibbana, or the goal of practice, a lot, and things can get kind of nebulous and a bit out there, so it's good to remain grounded in conditioned reality and just do mindfulness. Part of mindfulness is it's mindfulness of these basic things, mindfulness of the physical world, mindfulness of what we're doing. And so, and when we talk about kamma or karma, so we talk about karma and that intentional action has results. So intentional action has good result, intentional good action has good results, intentional bad action has bad results. And then sometimes we get the question, what if you do something on accident? Like you accidentally hurt yourself, or you accidentally drop something on somebody else, or you accidentally bump somebody else with your car, or something like that, then what's the karma from that? And we would say, well, if there's no intention, there's no karma. But then we have to look a little bit closer with things like that, because this is losing our mindfulness is one type of karma. So when we lose our mindfulness, there'll tend to be more accidents, there'll tend to be more stubbing the toes and things like that. So that is one type of karma, but it's the intention of the loss of mindfulness. It's the intention of distraction, and the result of that is an increase in confusion, an increase in furthering that sense of bewilderment. So when we talk about mindfulness and just that sense of groundedness and just reality, material reality, then we focus on what we're able to see and hear in the present moment. And also when we go about our day, if we're fearful about doing things wrong, like maybe we've been told, oh, you should do this and that, and you shouldn't do that and that, and it's a lot of information to try to remember, and we might be fearful of getting things wrong. So that's, for myself, that's why I don't try to tell drivers what to do too much, is because it's just going to make the drivers a bit more kind of not able to remember all the information, just like a barrage of information, and won't be able to remember it all. So you might get fearful, and then because you're fearful, then there might be less mindfulness. So if we're able to just breathe in and out and get back to that sense of calm and ease and well-being, then the mindfulness will be able to arise in proportion to that calm and ease and well-being, because mindfulness isn't about just doing the right actions at the right time. It's more about how we flow through life in a way that we're able to be of benefit. So the cultivation of mindfulness, we start with the body mindfulness. That's the Kruba Ajahns, Ajahn Man on down, they talk so much about this. And then the other three satipatthana, they don't put such a big focus on it. It's all about mindfulness of the body, because these are going to lead into the other satipatthanas. So it's just that basic groundedness in the body, and then that leads into the feelings, and then the mind reacts to certain feelings and so on. So it does lead into the other satipatthanas. But then if we're just able to be just cognizant of the body and remember the body, so that we're actually, the body is always here in the present. The body doesn't have any perception or thoughts about the past or the future. The body is just here in the present. So it's a present moment object that can help to ground us. The breath is always here in the present. So even if our mind is drifting to regrets or thoughts about the past, or it's drifting off into daydreaming about the future, or it's just generally spaced out and nebulous, then what we can do is actually come back to the body, and it can be very grounded in the present. This is just something that's incredibly helpful. And coming back to that idea of it's when we're grounded in the body, when we come back to the feeling of the breath, the feeling of the body in the present, and we can feel the weight of the body, that sense of groundedness on the earth, and we come back to that, then we can have a sense of ease and well-being in the present, because we're not kind of leaning forward. We're not kind of leaning forward into the future. And that sense of groundedness in the present is going to lead to ease and well-being, and then the sati, the mindfulness, the remembrance can arise. The sati sampajanya, the mindfulness and clear comprehension, can arise in proportion to that sense of ease and well-being that we're developing in the body. So this is just basic tactics being grounded in relative reality in the conditioned world. And then we get into thinking about states of peace, nibbana. It's like something, I'm reminded that Master Xuan Hua, a teaching of Master Hua, he said, I don't even teach about enlightenment these days. I just want to get people to keep the precepts. That's all that matters. Just once you keep the precepts, then maybe we can talk. Or there's this kind of interesting story when Master Hua visited Thailand, and a couple of the Western monks, early disciples of Ajahn Chah, heard about him in Bangkok and wanted to go pay respects, and had this great psychic Mahayana master visiting Thailand. Let's get the profound teaching from him, because they've been practicing in the Thai forest monasteries, just that kind of drudgery of the daily routine and just the difficulty of getting up early in the morning, and let's get some really deep teachings. Maybe we can have some insight. Maybe we can get enlightened. So they went to receive a teaching from Master Hua. They went to pay respects to him, receive a teaching, and then the translator translated Master Hua's teaching to them. And Master Hua said his whole teaching was just this very boring Dhamma talk about anapanasati and breath meditation and just the very basics of meditation, keeping the precepts. And these monks were really disappointed in his Dhamma talk. They thought, he's just saying all the same stuff that the other teachers are saying. And it's just totally boring, totally something that's just very ordinary. And so they were very disappointed. They paid respects to him, and as they were walking out, and Master Hua said, these days, people need to be tricked into enlightenment. So I'll leave that for reflection this morning.